here. I think Atlantis had a really good draft up until that last pick, but well, happy to be proven wrong.
And for Neon, this is something that they've ran as well so far. In Game 1 versus RSG, we saw them pull out the Earthshaker and the Morphling. Of course, they weren't able to have success on it. That game was over in 37 minutes, but it's obviously something that they're having a little bit more priority on so far, especially with the buffs to the Morphling and how popular the Earthshaker is at the moment. And again, like we kind of touched on towards the end of that draft, it's a pretty good Morphling game. Like there are a couple of stuns that he has to be worried about, none that I mean, really, the concern, I think, is going to be the blink timing from the Tiny. That's really when they're going to be able to get on top of Fortune Soul and potentially blow him up before the attribute shift, but you should be able to react before the Mars Spear. So, yeah, I think this is looking like a pretty good game here for Morphling to thrive on.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. Now, have you done your predictions? You got 30 seconds.
I have not.
Okay, so while you do those, for the people in chat, we're looking at total number of teleports cancelled by a stun in 25 minutes. I said 2. That's probably a little bit low, but whatever. Total number of Roche kills, I think just because you've got a Chen Beastmaster draft, could be quick, so I said 0 to 2. First player to get 50 last hits, I said Mango Rose on his Clinks, and first blood to happen 3 to 6 minutes. I was considering changing it really quickly as they went for this kill attempt super early on, but I'm sticking with 3 to 6 minutes here.
Yeah, I was hovering over for as long as I could. I'm like, I don't know. There's some action breaking out. I might want to go for that first selection, that first option if there was a kill, but not to be, as the bounty runes do go 3 to the way of Atlantis. They're already off to a pretty good start as we take a look at how this mid lane's able to shape up. So we were mentioning kind of a little bit surprised about this Death Prophet being flexed into the mid lane versus the Queen of Pain. How do we think this is going to match up between Avatar Mode and Wonder Boy?
It comes down to a bit of a skill issue, right? Not issue, but skill determinant, because they've got the exact same damage right now. 55 plus 2, 57 if my AU maths isn't incorrect. And it's just going to come down to like, how are you going to be able to use those Spirit Siphons? How are you going to be able to use the Blink? How do you want to level things up in order, right? Because you get a Spirit Siphon off early on when it's only got the one charge, you just blink away, and then you don't actually have a way to be able to regenerate in lane. Then you can get a bit more aggressive on Avatar Mode. Then you know, toss a Shadow Strike onto him and he can't really deal with that quite so easily.
Yeah, it's really interesting that Avatar Mode went Scream level 1. I wonder if this is to help secure with that CS, because you just mentioned the damage between the Death Prophet and the Queen of Pain is very, very even, but this is a lane where I feel like you are looking to max out your dagger versus the Death Prophet. This is a hero that doesn't particularly sustain too well through it. You mentioned that you can always blink out a Spirit Siphon, so I'm intrigued about the Scream one.
Well, he's already got 2 range creep denies, so I'd say Avatar Mode knows exactly what he's doing. He's already opened up a little bit of that experience lead over Wonder Boy once these creeps do come together. So, having a nice job so far.
Take a look how top's gone. We spoke about Enryu and his importance to Neon. And our concerns with maybe how this Beastmaster and the Earthshaker lane would shape up. And it's looking okay for the moment. Definitely does seem like this could be quite a kill lane for Atlantis, as we're already seeing Ponyo threatening with the level 2. Fisher's gonna hold back the Starbreaker, but Ponyo's still got another round of the ability to use. Celestial Hammer out forward, but Enryu's able to get some distance, and the Clinks will not continue in pursuit. So Enryu will take a crap load of damage, but at least he'll stay alive.
He will. He's got 1 Tango remaining. Play hard. In the meantime, he did get off the stun to be able to disrupt that a little bit, and it's going to get this pull happening. Of course, this is what happens when you're going up against a Dawnbreaker. Such a strong laner, even into something like a Beastmaster, which is very capable. But now that he's level 2, he's got the Call of the Wild Boar just to try and harass away the Dawn a little bit. Very important to get Enryu up to that level 3, get him into the Helm of the Iron Will timing as quickly as possible. Meantime, though, Mango Rose
taking a lot of damage here. Tiny the Mars, they'll be able to find first blood. It was a beautiful toss back from Iyad into WS. They get the combo out, and it's enough to kill off the Chen. It's a great repositioning coming through from Atlantis, and they're able to find first blood.
that is the one positive thing about this lane, right? I know you don't really like the double melee, you haven't really seen it have too much success, but toss into spear, multiple ways to be able to reposition in the lane, which makes it feel quite strong.
Yeah, I think one thing we haven't seen, I mean, they only tried it once, but the toss into spear back under the tower, that's always something that you do have in your arsenal. Does kind of depend on the creep positioning. We might see it now. Oh, went for the creep wave instead with the toss on Ayad, but still, WS, he's got the level 3 to play with. Says in a lot of trouble, and there's not much Fortune Soul can really do to offset this. Ayad's going to be able to cut off the escape, and Atlantis really off to a good start down bottom.
Yeah, this is not what you want. You want to make sure that you're able to secure that lane as much as possible as the Chen, and, well, 2 early kills, especially kills before that 3-minute mark, so my predictions are going to really put a bit of a damper on things. And with this, Ayad, he's making a movement towards the mid lane, trying to help protect the power rune as much as possible. Enryu actually dies before he's able to get that Helm of Iron Will delivered, really emphasizing the impact that it's going to have. Nice rotation through from Playhard, though, to be able to protect this top side. Actually ends up taking it away from the Quap. Not sure if that was the best choice, considering he's got an empty bottle.
Yes.
And he gets a bounty as well. He's like, yeah, Avatar mode of...
Oh, they got the courier as well. Ponyo killed the courier with the Helm of the Iron Will. I mean, things are really not going well for Neon.
A good start at all. I mean, this is... You got to kill down bottom as well as Ayad. The avalanche from the tree line. No way. What is going on? Atlantis. What a start for them. I mean, now you're looking Avatar mode. Like, this has to be the man to try and turn this early game around. It's really not looking good for Neon.
No, it's not, and I feel like the DP is happy again just to get this net worth. Like I was saying before, your level 7 timing is what you're looking for initially on the DP, then level 12, then level 15. You've got pretty significant gaps between those, but he's almost about to hit onto that level 7. Already only 5 minutes in, gonna have the Exo potential. If there's any silver lining that comes out of that death on the Morphling, it means that Sez able to get up onto that level 3. So he, I believe, has got the Bassi ring coming out to him, which is going to be nice. Means that he can jungle a little bit more reliably, and he knows that there's that mana burn creep available in the jungle because he previously took the Satyr Banisher. Like I was saying during the draft, I want to see him pick this up, bring it to the lane, make sure Tiny doesn't have the mana pool to be able to consistently go for these gank attempts onto the Morphling, and just secure his lane a lot more easily.
And it'll even kind of shut down the Tiny's rotations potentially to mid as well. Because if they're able to get that combo out, maybe into a kill into the Queen of Pain, all of a sudden you open up the threat of being able to take the tower with the exorcism. And it does feel like both sides are kind of reading that the position 4s are going to be making a lot of movements this game, though. You take a look at Dai's vision in particular, one by the bottom power rune, another one to the left side of the Roche pit, which does scout out Playhard moving over, but Ponyo is able to secure the haste rune. Meanwhile, Wonderboy is onto Set, but will have no follow-up as Ayad is a little bit too far away to get the avalanche off.
Did get the bounty rune, though, and this is what I'm looking for from Set. Come on. Satyr Mindstealer, it's there, it's waiting for you. He's got to make sure he picks this one up, man. I'm just not sure what the holdup is. It just does so much to be able to stop the tempo. There we go, finally picking it up, bringing it mid. Even if he's able to toss that out onto the death prophet, it feels kind of nice just to make that lane a bit easier.
Some trouble here. Nicely done. Mango Rose. Ponyo was at a position where he could block off the Earthshaker's kind of avenue out of the lane. He's playing very close to the tier 1 tower. Was able to land that Starbreaker. Ponyo's already up to level 4, so yeah, both supports from Atlantis off to a good start. And you even see Ayad playing up top as well. Says WS down bottom almost goes down. A quick TP out. Fortune Soul was looking for a nice 1v1 victory with that replicate.
We're even able to get some of these little pulls off again, just making sure that you hit your timings on Atlantis as quickly as possible. It's a pretty quick rush of the Maelstrom coming through here from Mango Rose. Does he already have the Javelin on the career? Yes, he does. So just waiting to make sure he's got the raindrops as well for a little bit of that sustain, realizing that Quap could potentially rotate towards his lane around the timing of the Beastmaster hitting up onto that level 6, so he wants to be ready. But this is going to be great to be able to deal with the Death Ball. Of course, even if the lanes don't go too great, you've still got that potential to just rally around all of these units and push on forward as a unit. But if a Clinks is there with that Burning Barrage, it really does stop a lot of that early tempo.
Yeah, it really feels like Neon that they need to execute a tower siege very early, because Clinks is a hero that I know we haven't seen for quite some time, but he flash farms incredibly fast now with this Burning Barrage, the Maelstrom build, so he's going to fall back and look to take the jungle pretty shortly once he gets that Maelstrom, and going to try and see if Atlantis look to start to make some stacks for him for the moment. Tiny's not the easiest hero. They do already have a double stack at the Ancients, though, at least.
Okay, something. Speaking of Tiny, he's just going straight for that Blink Dagger after the boots. Already 600 gold towards it. Of course, Klink's taking the stacks is going to help him out a little bit. We got this first smoke coming out here from Wonderboy. That level 7 timing I was talking about.
Nice.
They're just looking to try and connect through. Yeah, there's a nice scan. Able to find him out. Korea's still coming with his full treads, but let's see what the positioning is like coming through from the Morphling. And yeah, Vortured Soul completely backing off here. So might end up losing the tower for this, but much better than losing that plus a Morphling on top of things.
Let's see if they want to commit.
Lucky DD rune for mid avatar mode. Looking to put as much pressure on while he can. Even having this Hill Troll Priest here to potentially heal up the creep that's tanking the tower.
Top lane, Mango Bro's in a bit of trouble. Play hard, great fissure block. He gets the detection off as well. Mango Rose will be playing with the Quelling Blade if he can cut through the tree line, but look at Neon's positioning, making sure there's no opportunity for him to find that path to escape. Now back to mid lane we go. They have TP'd in to try and defend the tower on Atlantis. They will force Avatar mode out of the neighborhood.
Going to be able to do any damage to this top tower is the real question that I have, though. You've got Enryu with the Helm of the Dominator, so recovering after that laning stage that didn't go super well, and yeah, that should be enough for them to be able to push in, take this early tower, enable a lot more space for Fortune Soul to be able to play around.
Atlanta's doing a very good job at trying to secure these runes. Even Neon is starting to bring the extra support in set to try and enable this. He's got a Sonic Wave and jump in. Avatar mode. Got to be a little bit cautious here. Ayad will get the toss damage out. That's going to help to secure the kill. And Aponya with the wraparound on WS. Wonderboy gets the double kill. And now they've got the arena if they feel required to drop it onto play hard. Fisher's gonna hold them back for the moment, but WS has got the movement speed to close the distance. Arena's out, and Wonderboy finds the triple kill on the Death Prophet.
The Wonderboy of Atlantis, just call him Aquaman. He is coming through, having a really strong start to the game. Even just backed up with this Arcane Rune means that he's ready. He's able to fight, still already having 2.5 charges on that Spirit Siphon. I want to see him just bait an early blink out of Avatar mode here and nearly get stunned immediately after TPing to the lane. Wonderboy sees this TP coming in. But you're not really that scared to play hard, especially while that Sonic Wave is still off cooldown. It was an odd usage of it, right? Uses it, doesn't clip onto the Tiny, then blinks in. And well, he ends up getting a 1-for-1 trade, but you're very happy with trading a Tiny for the enemy's mid laner.
It's a Tiny who's been involved in 5 out of the 8 kills, 3, 1, and 2 from Ayad. Having a very, very solid start off the back of the lane, made some great rotations. Now he's going to threaten for a relatively decent blink timing. They will need to give him a lane shortly, though. There's going to be their playmaking, especially with WS. He's going BKB first item on the Mars, so they're going to put a lot of emphasis on just Atlantis, maybe just brute forcing down towers with Exo, or then relying for the Tiny to get a pretty decent blink timing.
Yeah, I think the other thing is they just want someone that feels comfortable to walk in first and be able to drop one of these big ultimates, right? Because the Death Ball is coming. They've got the Chen, they've got the Beastmaster coming through. You've at least been able to, on the Clinks, be able to pick up that Maelstrom. He went first item Maelstrom, not into the power treads, and it means that you're going to be able to respond to this quite easily, but you still need someone to start the fight for you.
Sydney on it, at least going to look to invade the jungle from Atlantis. I'll take a double stack from the medium camp. Nothing too crazy, giving play hard. He's level 6 now. Says very close to his level 6 as well. Ponyo's going to scout this out. Just keeping tabs on Neon's position, but it does look like they're considering about wrapping on mid. This tower is low. Let's see what Atlantis can do to protect it.
And they know that there's a Hawk around. They wouldn't be able to hit the tower from the tree line like that if they didn't. As you can see there, Ponyo kind of in a really aggressive position here. Obviously, he wants to be able to respond with the Solar Guardian if needed, and looks like they might even just be going for a backline hit with the Ogre Bruiser onto the tower. Won't be enough, though.
It's like Atlantis going to look to try and reclaim their jungle. They've got a great ward on the high ground that scouts up play hard. They know exactly where the Earthshaker's positioning at the moment. Not going to be easy for them to get the toss back, so instead they'll just look to avoid his location and go back to farming. Ayad sees a free lane up top, and they successfully defended their tier 1 tower mid for the moment. I do feel like Neon is still going to butt their heads here very shortly.
Yeah, for sure. Well, actually, WS, the haste ring being popped for mid. Play hard, looking to try and get into position with the Fisher. Luckily enough, having the Tumbler's Toy as well, just to get a clutch Echo Slam off. He's saving his gold for the Blink Dagger. I don't hate this either, you know, just to be able to... I know you said... Sorry, I said before that he needs someone to be able to go in first to enable the Clinks to have a proper fight, to enable the DP to have a proper fight, but DP's fairly farmed. You know, Wonder Boy with that triple kill that he got in the mid lane, he's already got the Kaya going into the Kaya and Sanj. So as long as you've got that pick-off potential, I suppose, outside of the... I suppose both the Morphling and the Quap can look to get away, but Beastmaster's really the one that you're trying to take down.
We're going to roar out from Enryon to just Ayad. A fissure on the left side means that Tiny is in an awkward position to get any help. Finally, TP is going to come through from Ponyo, but he's really just moving up to try and defend the lane and get a little bit of golden experience. And we'll see what they can do now from Neon. This is 15 seconds where they have a window to be able to take the T1 tower. And you see them instantly pivoting their attention over to the mid lane.
I mean, it's like 2 hits away. They're not looking to try and not commit as many heroes as they can, and well, they eventually end up getting it. This is the good thing about the support Dawnbreaker, though, right? You feel super comfortable about putting her up into this dangerous lane up on the top side because you're a position 5 at the end of the day. Maxed out Celestial Hammer just keeps the lane pushed in, and you're going to be able to join any team fights that happen with the use of the Solar Guardian. Fortune Soul trying to chase him down, though. And do they have a Hawk about to come through from Enryu? 2 seconds away. I don't think there's going to be any juking happening. Unless he goes straight down. Oh, Ponyo. No TP, though. But it's wasting time.
Oh, he's going to see the hammer. Oh, they know the position of Ponyo, not like this.
Not the burning hammer.
Oh, no. Space. Maybe kind of a little bit. I mean, they're not particularly getting much out of the map. It does look like they're trying to get themselves in a position to wrap on mid. They see play hard in the tree line. WS is going to be able to blink on forward, and Mango Rose and Ayad are nearby to be able to clean up the kill. They've got a catapult and a double damage rune on Wonder Boy, so they need to chain this on objective now on Atlantis.
Why wouldn't they? You know, the stuns are pretty lacking without that. They also know that the Morph isn't going to be up there, having previously been there. They've still got this really great Observer Ward scouting out all the movement coming through from Set as well as Enryu. So Ponyo just puts himself back on this top lane, slows down the push. A lot of people say space like it's a meme, but it is legitimate space that Ponyo is doing. You're committing 2 cores to try and kill a position 5, and it took them, what, 40 seconds to be able to do so. This is a Beastmaster. This is a hero that needs to consistently be pushing forward, and they just weren't able to do so. Instead, you lose a tier 1 tower. Net worth differential is going to be heavily favoring Atlantis off the back of that. Even bottom lane being pushed in a little bit here by Mango Rose, making sure as he farms up multiple creeps at the same time that he keeps this bottom lane pressure. You want to make more defensive movements come out from any kind of death ball hard push lineup, because if they're defending, they're not using the death ball effectively.
WSL bottom's in a little bit of trouble. Agshard already picked up from the Earthshaker as soon as he could find it. Play hard. He's gone back down this route once again. Wonder what Neon can look to do, though, because they do have some very, very good vision inside Atlantis' top jungle. So do you feel like Neon are in a position to maybe smoke and play aggressive and look to claim this area?
I was thinking they were previously, just because they knew the Exorcism had been used to be able to take the mid tower, but they made the movement down bot instead, just to kind of deny the Mars a little bit. I feel like, yeah, I agree with you. I think they perhaps should have gone a little bit more into Atlantis' side of the map, but I guess there is that issue that I was talking about before, that if you don't address this bottom lane, then it's going to get pushed in by the Clinks. You might end up losing a tier 2 tower, the first tier 2 tower of the game, despite having by far the stronger pushing lineup.
But you've got this Helm of the Overlord now from Enryu, so you definitely want to be playing top, because Neon have the opportunity to either get a tower or the Roche objective. It looks like they'll get the kill off the back of this as well, as Ponyo still will be able to fly over the fissure. And the Dawnbreaker's okay, so this has now given Atlantis a lot of information to play with. That means that one Mango Rose is free to continue farming bottom, but now they can, think if they feel like they have the capability to defend top. Toss in. Alright, Ayat is just going to send Wonderboy directly into the middle. It's onto the Chenem. No one else is really nearby to protect Se at the moment. Should be an easy pickings off to the right side, though the Mars is in a little bit of trouble. The Solar Guardian's going to come out. A defensive use of the arena as well, keeping WS alive for the moment. They're chucking everything they possibly can to secure the kill on the Mars, but WS is just shrugging it off. Moonwalking back to the safety of the team, but finally they secure the kill. And now they can turn their attention over to Wonderboy. Let's play hard. Pogo sticks on forward, but they just don't have the damage. Death Prophet, he's A-okay for the moment, but they've got to be cautious though. They're kind of the Spirit Siphon, and now they should be able to get the kill,
nice
but
deny.
Mango Rose finds the deny. At least a silver lining for Atlantis, but they still lose multiple heroes at this mid-skirmish.
Kind of busted how tanky the Chen was in all of that. Just the 1 point in the Divine Favor, but he gets off the mech, he gets the full one charges off. And even just, it was good individual play coming through, using the Wild Wing Ripper to push himself that little bit further away, making sure that he didn't get full comboed by the Dawnbreaker on top of his head. So big props to Set, just putting himself in the most dangerous position and really reaping the rewards of kills and being able to take this early Roshan.
And there was such a big timing though for Neon, with the Ag Shard on the Earthshaker, with the Helm of the Overlord, on the Beastmaster. Like, you were ready to go. You wanted to take a team fight, because if you win the team fight, you can then get a T2 tower, or you can then get Roche. And we see Neon, their recognition, like, this is what we were asking before, Daniel. We're like, how are they going to look to use these wards in the jungle? And those wards kind of scouted out Atlantis' positioning early on, and then moving their forces to mid lane. So Neon do a very good job to be able to capitalize with their vision, which now completely opens up the map with this Aegis.
At least Ponyo is going to be able to be there to stop this push somewhat, clearing out the range creep, clearing out 2 melees. So I don't know if they're going to be able to consistently keep this push going. The creep should die. Yeah, melee creep actually did end up falling there.
They get the jump in with the arena. Ayat should have the perfect use of the chain control, so Mango Rose can get in with the Gleipnir. A big kill for them to find onto Wonderboy, and this will continue to put some pressure onto the bottom tower.
They will. They've got another, 12 seconds left without the glyph being used. With this siege creep wave as well, they probably should be able to claim this one, even using the scan for that potential. So good recognition by Atlantis of what they have the potential to get. Will they get a glyph off before it dies? Yes, they will. Such value coming through. Do you look to stick around now? They really want to be able to take this, but you will still get the glyph refresh off here.
Look at the positioning. Neon with the backstab. Anticipating Atlantis, retreating back to the triangle.
Ooh, I like it. I like it a lot. Fresh smoke being used as well.
They see play hard.
And they see the courier coming from Clink so that they know he's still around that area.
Arena, though, is going to make it difficult for them to take the fight, Atlantis, if they want to. They do have EXO up. You've got to be cautious. 25 seconds until WS is ready to fight. Neon, they're well aware of this. Still posturing aggressively inside their territory.
I mean, they just say, but, I mean, we've got a Chen, we've got a Beastmaster, we've got Helm of the Overlord, we've got Aegis. They got to respond to us now. I mean, we gave up a tier 2 tower, but they're in much greater danger than us. Ooh, big courier kill, though. Does kind of feel like it's worth to use the glyph here. I mean, this movement's coming through a little bit too late, and I mean that tower's almost gone down completely.
They're gonna see the Earthshaker. Oh no! Finally, they get confirmation of him being in the tree line. So a quick and easy kill, and the rest of Radiant they split away. They're making sure that no one else is caught out in this skirmish. And Ryu will also TP out in the tree line. He's gonna be okay.
Ponyo lucking out a little bit. I've seen him use the trusty shovel multiple times, and he just keeps getting these mangoes. You know, the position 5 Dawnbreaker isn't flush with cash, so Obviously, Soul Ring, much more expensive these days. He wants to get straight into that Aghanim Scepter as a pretty solid response to a lot of the physical damage that's going to be coming out from Neon in, what, the next 10 or so minutes. You know, you think of the Chen army, you think of the Beastmaster with the Helm of the Overlord creep, you think of a Morphling who's almost exclusively physical damage these days. That evasion is going to do wonders. Still a while away, though.
Dire's middle tower is under
Confirmation, Enchant Totem does not
Dire's middle
pierce evasion
tower
anymore,
has
right?
fallen.
No.
That doesn't have True Strike? Yeah.
No.
Because, well, I'll hold that thought, because Neon, they're thinking about walking up the high ground here. They still have Aegis for another minute 20.
They know the glyph was used, so they know that they don't have this refresh. They're just like, all right, let's try and bait some movements out. If they're having to respond to us, it means that they're not farming.
Radiant's bottom
I mean,
tower
Mango
is
Rose,
under
he is
attack.
still doing a pretty damn good job at being able to pick a lot of this up. He's nearly level 18, and he's nearly got that BKB, so that's probably going to synergize around the same time that this Aegis is expiring, and prior to the Morphling having that Skadi. So the next 2 or so minutes feels like such a big timing coming through from Atlantis to be able to win a team fight, and then, hopefully for their sake, punish Neon for not being able to completely convert with this early game draft.
It does feel like for Neon, with their lineup, they have to drop every single ability to blow up the Death Prophet, and now having this Scepter almost completed onto Ponyo is going to make it that much more difficult. Can you see Neon being able to kill the DP, or are they going to need another couple items to be able to help kind of deal with the Scepter that's almost done?
I think if you get the Skadi on the Morphling, it becomes a little bit easier, just because of the healing reduction coming through, but in that time, you're going to probably have the BKB on Wonder Boy. So even not necessarily the healing to be able to protect him, but just the evasion to provide him that extra couple of seconds that he needs to be able to pop the BKB outside of the stun lock. And then you get the Spirit Siphons off and you're feeling pretty okay. He's even got the Pupil's Gift as well, so tons of extra HP coming through. Just a casual 300 HP that you get from holding onto the
Bottom
Pupil's
lane,
Gift
play
on the
hard.
DP.
Look at the jump on the higher ground. No hesitation from Neon. They see a free kill and they're going to jump on that opportunity. Dawnbreak is down. And they'll force Atlantis back now to defend, but they know the glyph has been expended, so this will be a lot of damage into the tower.
I know Mango Rose feels like he needs to farm, but he used the Burning Barrage there onto an Ancient stack instead, and it's still going to be about 9 seconds until he's got it available. At least Wonder Boy able to put himself in there onto the front lines to try and push this back a little bit, but really did feel like they needed Mango Rose to make sure that that tier 3 tower didn't take so much damage. Like, they're going to look to abuse every opportunity that they can on Neon to be able to find a way to breach this high ground.
Even with that Aegis advantage. Well, there we go. Smoke up. You got the Skadi now completed on the Morphling. Mango Rose is in the tree line to the left. It's going to be a perfect initiation. Oh, they don't get the spear. The executions of the Viper play hard. He will not miss. He's in with the Echo Slap, but the damage, it's not there. And
they
now
got the
Atlantis,
BKB
they
going.
can turn it back around as Wonder Boy pops the Echo. They're going to charge on forward. Fortune Soul's in trouble. A waveform's available. Is going to be able to go back inside the lane, so both sides are okay for the moment, but WS is getting pummeled down. The right clicks from Enryu summons, and now he's going to jump on forward as well. Looking to try and clean up Ayat as Wonder Boy. He's going to rejoin the party, but they spy out Mango Rose. Clinks dodging into the tree line, trying to land the Burning Barrage, but the damage again. It's not enough to bring down Fortune Soul. The Morphling will go toe to toe. A waveform out to the left. Fortune Soul is going to be cautious though, but Enryu, he doesn't have a care in the world. A jump back in. Does he have the damage though? Without the mana, Enryu can't get that finishing blow. Mango Rose is okay, and now we'll go back with a helper Wonder Boy nearby. Mango Rose gets the dominating streak and will just get out.
Gotta run from that big black dragon. He's gonna get you. I mean, there was just so many spells there that were slightly off the mark. Play hard. Does he see it? Does he see it? Oh, not quite. Yeah, just split in the middle of that second Burning Barrage. Not able to land the spear after a pretty nice tiny initiation onto that Morphling. And well, you can clearly see Fortune Soul, all of that damage still has the potential to come out, but you see the importance of just enabling Wonder Boy to be able to get off that that exorcism, that BKB, right? It doesn't even need to provide that full impact of the heal coming through from the Dawnbreaker. Just a little bit is enough with that Holy Locket to make sure that the DP doesn't get burst down.
Great reactions for the Morphling. They're going to wait for him onto Wonder Boy. They've blown up the Death Prophet. And now Neon, they can look for more kills. They're going to spy out WS in the river. Off to the left side, they get the control on the Clinks, but it's just holding Mango Rose into play so they can get him after they finish off the Mars. Neon, beautiful target prioritization, but they're lacking detection. That's one of their issues so far.
Do you think they're going to scout out the fact that he's going to try and cut one wave before he TPs away? Well, I don't think so. Their mind is on pushing. Mango Rose just sticking around this bottom lane for a little bit, maybe checking if they've got any detection down there to enable him to keep playing, but here we go. So close to that Aghanim Scepter onto Ponyo, but they're going for the dive.
Positioning like that. The fissure from long range, this is the beautiful thing about the Earthshaker. If anyone shows in close proximity, Earthshaker will always get that stun.
Expecting Barrage to be able to stop this, but well, it's not enough. Ancient Black Dragon still able to slink away. Even Chen with the Aghanim Shard just providing multiple of these Ancient Creeps to be able to hit in onto the base. And, well, Clinks might be able to deal with one, but not anything beyond that. Extra burning barrage arrows, realizing that it's not the attack range that you necessarily want. You just need to deal with this zoo.
He's got to be cautious. Neon clustering nearby. Ready to jump Mango Rose if there's any opportunity. You have a great ward and the Hawk nearby as well that's going to scout out Atlantis. Looking to enter the map and reclaim some of their jungle.
Ponyo's 30 gold away from being able to pick up that Aghanim Scepter. He really wants this last creep wave just to enable him to get into that. He's like, guys, don't get into a really risky position. We can't afford to give this one up. We want this surprise aspect here, and, well, Avatar mode, he's actually jumping in. No fear in the world. Arcane Rune bottled. He's got a DD at the ready. DD BKB at the ready. And they're just looking to really take this map control away. Can they get the wraparound on Ayad? Back it off with enough time.
What do Atlantis need to do different in this next fight to kind of stem some of the momentum that Neon is starting to build?
I think they're ready, honestly, to have a big impact here. They ended up smoking underneath an observer ward, by the way. This is going to be called out right before the Roshan spawns, so this is a really big fight. They need to make sure that they get onto probably the Beastmaster. I think that's going to take away a whole lot of their fighting potential coming through.
Smokes on a pop, and Enru, an instant use of the BKB along with Avatar mode, so the arena is going to be completely wasted, and they'll jump to Wonderboy, trying to blow up the Death Prophet, but Ponyo will keep Wonderboy alive, and then get rid of Fortune Soul! Atlantis, this is their team fight now to win, but Avatar mode, he wants something else to say about it, and jump in with the finishing blow, but look at the buybacks, trying to TP into the outpost, but meanwhile, Enryu is completely isolated. The Morphling's going to be cautious, so there's the first stun.
He just bought back.
Starbreaker. Fortune Soul just bought back, but he's okay. Demand to dodge into the attribute shift. Fortune Soul can look to play aggressive now. As Atlantis, they're on the ropes, pushing them further and further away, but Mango Rose? No way, they don't see him.
His little hidey hole in there, just knowing all these little juke spots, but it is still an expensive fight for Neon for sure. 3 buybacks being expended, but they're going to secure that ever-valuable Roshan coming through here, and, well, that second Rosh as well. So it's going to mean that the Morphling, who nearly got the dieback coming through there from some pretty good stun control coming back-to-back, he's going to have the Aghanim Shard. So going to provide him the ability to morph even while stunned. No silences so far outside of that Death Prophet. Of course, you can just manta that one off.
Off to the other side. Back live, we do see Earthshaker getting picked off on the opposite side of the map. It's going to be Ayad and Mango Rose together finding the kill. So, I mean, what do we get on to Neon, though? Ages given over to Fortune Soul. I believe they gave him the Aghanim Shard as well. I do not think he had that. Okay. We'll see, though, Atlantis. Double damage rune onto Mango Rose. They have the net worth lead, and they are down the components of the second Rose.
Indeed. And they're just looking to wait around here, not wanting to go too deep, and is certainly a risky prospect, but that DD on Mango Rose, like he is able to obliterate anyone that puts themselves into a really risky position. So now prioritization changes a little bit. You want to make sure that you're getting these heroes that you know don't have the buyback. Chen, obviously, very important to take him down. His potential to influence these team fights just through the use of the Hand of God, through the mechanism, it's enormous. So you got to make sure that he dies super early on. Now you've actually got the damage to be able to do it. And even just that Shiva's Guard on the DP as well, going to provide him with so much extra survivability.
Such a costly investment for Neon in that last fight. If they lose any key members, it could just be multiple lanes of barracks with how fast Atlantis are able to siege. They do not have a lot of room to mis-execute this fight.
Is it going to look to try and push in on this bottom side? Ponyo, of course, playing the traditional support Dawn role, playing the riskiest lane, and then instantly TP on top of everything. They have nothing that's going to be able to stop it. No Nyx, no Silencer, nothing like that. So he was almost the savior of that last fight, enabling the Death Prophet, excuse me, to survive for a little bit longer than I'm sure Neon were expecting. Here we go. That double damage just ends up proccing due to the time that he's had to hold on to it. Gives the bottle back, swaps back in the Falcon Blade. He's looking to try and get one of these quick pick-offs.
Oh my god, look at the damage! No! Oh. My lord.
Without play hard there, Quap dies.
Oh god, imagine if he gets another
man.
DD. I know it. He's got Scardy coming out shortly as well. Mango Rose is really starting to get the damage going. Almost level 25 as well.
Yep. I was just about to point that one out. The extra 25% Burning Barrage damage. He's just a Burning Barrage bot at this stage.
See smoke out from Neon. Gonna see the clings, they'll get confirmation.
Yeah, they're pinging him immediately. I wonder if he's gonna try and put himself in between Clinks and this potential for the smoke, but they're making sure to take the southernmost route coming through, getting him early. Oh, there we go.
They've got the vision, they should be able to blow him up, but there's the Solid Guardian, it's not enough heal. The Clings goes down. Another Dawnbreaker is forced to commit into the middle as well, so that's gonna be another freebie given over to Neon.
Just a little bit slow on the use of the Solar Guardian coming through there. That evasion would have done a pretty big body of work coming through for Atlantis, but instead you get that quick pick off. I really liked the movement that came through, and that was on the back of Enryu. You could tell he was the one making a lot of those calls at that time. Blinking forward, getting the really aggressive ward up there on play hard, getting the Roar to be able to start that team fight super reliably. They do have the buyback, though, on the Clinks. It feels like they'll almost definitely need to expend it here. Even Morphling, it's 4 levels
It's going to have to be a toss into a spear. They're going to look for it. The silence, but the Manta's out. A nice attempt. Very, very close for them executing that, but Morphling proving to be an issue with the Manta, and no, now the Glyph is going to expire, and Neon, they can get to work on the objectives.
Double siege creep wave as well, so there's really no way that they're going to be able to stop this.
I think you have to give up the second set as well. I don't see how they're going to be able to defend it. You do not want to buy back on the Clings. They could look to make a play with smoking out for the DD top. They've got a good ward there as well. This and bottom lane shoved out. So if Atlantis can shove this mid lane, and if they have a smoke available, I can definitely see them looking to make this play.
They're going for a backstab play here. Mars TPing into the outpost, trying to catch them on the retreat. They've been taking the bounty rune, wanting to get there as quickly as possible, not reveal the position. And the Aegis expiring as well onto the Morphling. So that's the target. Again, they know he doesn't have buyback, having bought back to be part of that previous team fight. And oh, there's that double damage. Mango Rose picking it off. Will he go for the super risky play with a backstab of his own? No Blink Dagger yet on him, so it's really hard for him to get into a super reliable position.
Oh, look at the Hawk. Such a great position, almost scouting out Ayad, pushing up. They'll see WS now, and as soon as you know where the Mars is positioned, you know that's a lot of the initiation on Atlantis, and they've got a great ward as well that scouts them all out. Such a great position for them to be able to take the fight from Neon, but WS is in with the combo. It's not enough to secure the kill just yet. Mango Rose hasn't been able to pump out the damage. So Neon, they can reposition back towards the triangle, but Wonder Boy, he wants to charge on forward. He doesn't want to give them that breathing room because Ayad, he's got the follow-up as well. They'll kill got the Chen. They're going to be eyeing down Fortune Soul, but away from to reposition. But now Fortune Soul, he wants to consider about going back in. Targeting down Ayat. They've got the damage, but they still get rid of him. Play hard. He's going to be in with the Echo Slam, but it just tickles him as Atlantis, with the help of the double damage rune, finally Clinks is able to get a free fight where we can see his damage racking up, and Neon, they pay the price.
Anyone who says that randomness can't win your games, just look at tier 5 items, just look at runes like that. The double damage coming in clutch for Atlantis, and yeah, like we were saying before, no buyback on the Morphling. It's only 30 seconds away, but he actually bought the Crystallis component towards that Daedalus, so even if he had the time to be able to do it, he doesn't have the money. And you just use the Echo Slam as well, so Earthshaker feels like he's not going to have the greatest impact. No Sonic Wave. They couldn't end this game, could they?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so? I mean,
they'll get
you're
two
kind of forced
glyphs.
to... Yeah, okay. There's one. Oh, and look at this. Look at the creeps in the mid lane. It's being influenced here by the Ancient Ice Shaman. He's doing his best in his little loincloth to be able to disrupt this push going on, and he's doing a great job. You do you, man. Sometimes you just gotta put on the loincloth and go to work.
Oh, man, Enryu's. I feel like I always see this guy doing this. It's up to his micro shenanigans, trying to delay the game as much as possible. He's done just that. They've stalled it out. Only had to use that one glyph. Tier 3 tower didn't refresh the second one. And Radiant still have very, very good vision across the map to play with. And also, it's also giving them an opportunity for... That was a dieback on the Morphling, I believe. He didn't die prior, so they've wasted kind of that opportunity they had. His buyback's going to come up shortly. I think he's just down a little bit of gold now. So, yeah, this is a big window that Atlantis had, and they weren't able to capitalize.
And they're just going to be looking to play around Roshan, of course. Whenever you've got a Beastmaster as well as all these creeps, so many easy opportunities to be able to scout out when it's coming up, and it's going to be that third Rosh. So the potential for a Refresher Shard or an Aghanim Scepter to come through, I mean, it just means a second use of the BKBs, perhaps, a second use of the Primal Roar. Really nice coming through. Just the double Echo Slam playhard's been pretty on point with those so far. Maybe coming through a little bit too late in some of these team fights just after the Morphling's been dying, but still feels quite solid, at least in terms of who he's able to hit in these fights. They're going to need to do something soon, though, on Atlantis. Top lane's pushing in. Any kind of movements that they're looking to make will be a little bit obvious. Maybe just trying to put a little bit more pressure onto that mid lane, force some defense to come through from Neon, considering they had to use that glyph previously. But, I mean, top lane, this needs to be addressed. Got a creep wave about to spawn, but even just sending one of your creeps up top in the boars and the Manta illusions, someone needs to defend on Atlantis.
In fact, Atlantis just want to push them back. Yeah. See the Earthshaker. They're going to see the Queen of Pain shortly as well.
Ooh. Hold on. A lot of people are TPing back, so they see that everyone's back in the base. If they're really on point, they could just say, all right, we know Roshan's going to come up in this next little bit of time. Let's just walk to Rosh. Have someone... How are they going to deal with it? We've got a pretty good ward right to the south side of the Rosh pit. Instead, they're staying bot. I really feel like they're missing this big opportunity, and, well, Neon are going to be the first ones that see it's coming up. Instant ping comes out as well from Fortune Souls saying, hey, this is happening. We got to make sure that we get there before Atlantis do.
They're moving to connect. Atlantis. They've got WS on the front at the moment, playing in the trees. Besides, with this ward advantage inside with that top room control, but Neon are just going to move forward. They will take this pretty goddamn fast. You can't give a third Rosh up like this.
For Atlantis, man. Big missed opportunity, and, well, you can't, but they will. It's the Refresher as well coming through.
Ooh, boy. Potential now for double BKB, double Sonic Wave on Avatar mode if he wants to continue holding this. Maybe Enryu, I was going to say you could consider the Beastmaster, but he's going his own Refresher Orb, so soon we'll have double Raw to hold one target into place. There's another DD.
Looks like it'll be Neon that picked this one up, though. It'll feel quite nice. Avatar mode can even look to buy that Aghanim shard if he wanted to, just to have that little bit of extra silence, that extra damage to assist with even the simpler things like pushing waves in, forcing more defensive movements to come out from Atlantis. What I really do like is the Scythe of Ice coming through from WS here, just to be able to get that sheep onto the Morphling. I don't believe you can actually start morphing into strength if you get hexed from the Scythe there, so that could be the little bit of extra damage that they need, or a little bit of less survivability rather, that they need on the Morphling to enable that quick pick off, get rid of that Aegis. And
this tower's gonna fall fast. They need to come back. You can't let Megas go like this. Look at the Hex, Steady Cap's gonna protect Fortune Soul for the moment. WS gets a jump. The Scythe is out into the Queen of Pain with the follow-up. It's not there. There's no one. There's absolutely no one to help out WS inside the arena. They'll keep it alive thanks to the use of the Solar Guardian Avatar mode. Chalking out a double Sonic Wave, and they've got no response on Atlantis. 2 heroes down, 1 buyback available, but they've expended so much and didn't even kill anyone.
No one at all, and I'm not sure what that Blink Dagger is going to do either on good old Death Prophet, because you've used the Exorcism and they know this. They have got complete understanding of all the cooldowns that you've got at your disposal. They know that there's a buyback used as well. No ultis, essentially, for Atlantis to be able to play with. So, yeah, it's just a matter of the waiting game. Wait out the, what is it, just expiring now on the Exo, and then look to push on forward. This is one of those instances where you're happy to just send a Hawk into the base. Even if it gets instantly killed, who cares? You just need that initial bit of positioning coming through.
You still got the Echo, you still got the Roar to play with as well. Multiple ultimates for them to look with. Toss back. Well, things going to be okay for the moment. Trying to tip with the first life. They won't have the damage. And Enryu, he wants to now jump in, but a force staff to reposition Iad. A Glyph is going to come out early on to keep the barracks alive. The last remaining set of barracks. Atlantis Operation Protect against the threat of the Mega Creeps with the fissures out. The Roar as well as Iad. He jumped on forward, but he doesn't have a buyback. Down goes the Tiny. They will have to Mars up surely. They have some way of initiating.
Does Mango Rose want to walk forward to pick up the gem? They just refreshed.
Fortune Soul. Alright, they'll get the first life. They get the Hex as well. The Queen of Pain getting control for the moment. Enryu's gonna jump. Beautiful Roar onto the Clinks. No damage is coming up from Mango Rose, so it's gonna give them an opportunity to reset out of this team fight. But Atlantis, they can't let them. Avatar mode, however, is gonna push on forward. Kills off the Mars. Neon are doing such an incredible job at kiting them time and time again. There's a potential opening, but that is instantly shut down as Neon with their movement seem flawless through these late game team fights. Mega Creeps on the cards, and they want more kills. They want more blood. Wave forming past the throne. The Clinks is down. He's got a buyback, but Neon, they can close this game 1 out.
They can. The Death Ball was just way too much. They had plenty of opportunities to be able to deal with it, and well, they had the right idea a lot of the time. Looks like Clinks will be going down here. Well, yes, like this. This is exactly what they do. They just look to swarm over you, and as I was saying, they had the right idea. You know, the Mars, getting the Scythe of Ice, making sure that he could try and get in on top of either the Queen of Pain, the Morphling, look to burst them down without some of those defensive capabilities coming through, but it's all well and good to have the right ideas, but it actually needs to be correct in execution. And for me, unfortunately, there was just a few too many skill shots that didn't hit. There was no spear that ended up coming through a few times. The Solar Guardian was used a little bit too late a couple of times, and the Burning Barrage just off by about that much, not able to get that